Hey everybody, so here today we're going to be covering some of the news that's happened in the last week with the Nigerian Christian crisis that kind of got some more attention, I would say, because of Mr. Donald Trump, which is fantastic. Glad he's acknowledging it. Sounds like it's been going on for a while, but funny enough, this was actually his Truth Social post that was then promoted on X by Nicki Minaj, surprisingly enough. So here's what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said, Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern, but that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, and it looks like he's got some numbers here. We'll see some other numbers in a report we'll look at a bit here later. Something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. Would love to see some more about the other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. And then Nikki comes out and says, thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer. Surprising to me, coming from Nikki, but this is awesome. Getting the attention, 50 million views from November 1st. It's now November 9th when I'm taking a look at this and just trying to draw more attention to it. And yeah, I've been hearing about the Nigerian crisis for a while now. We actually have a woman at our local church who's from Nigeria and has family still in Nigeria who are Christian, and they have been abducted. We've had several sessions of prayer praying for these people. She's had, it sounds like, multiple abductions within her family, and they've, demanded money from the family, or just randomly they've been able to escape and get back to their family members, luckily enough, from these militias. It sounded very scary, but it's continued and it's ongoing since the beginning of the year. And just real quick here, if you guys are passionate about this and want to help out any kind of Christian refugee or anything with this situation, one of the places I would highly recommend is Oasis International. And this is oasisforrefugees.org. You could donate here. It's a place in St. Louis. They help with Christian refugees or any type of refugee that needs help coming into the city and helping them get established, the help that they need to transfer to American life and succeed when they're here. It seems like a great ministry. And if you're going to donate, I would specifically ask that you donate to the Douglas Family Ministry here as a campaign. They have done a lot of work in Ghana and Africa over many, many years. And they also have helped coordinate some of the refugees from Nigeria who have moved here and are still in communications with them and their family and assisting them. And so, yeah, if you feel moved in any way to help out with what's going on here, I would highly, highly suggest oasisforrefugees.org, Oasis International, and Douglas Family Ministry. So let's take a look at these reports. And this was kind of the big article that dropped in August. It took Trump a while to comment on this, and his metrics were a little different than what Christian Today reports here in this article from August 18th. They say here, Islamic extremists and radicalized herder militias have killed over 7,000 Christians within the first 220 days of 2025. A new report estimates as human rights advocates continue to criticize the Nigerian government's ability to protect Christians. 7,000 Christians killed is what they found. And so it says that there have been 7,000 Christians massacred and an abduction of another 7,800. This would include the family members from the woman at the church that I've heard about and we've prayed for. This is an average of 30 Christian deaths per day, or more than one per hour. An estimated 35 Christians are also calculated to have been abducted daily, and roughly 2 others per hour. So, I mean, guys, this has been consistently ramping up. I don't know that they're necessarily slowing down. Possibly they are with Trump's comments and this kind of hitting an international stage, but you'll see what the leader had to say about Trump's remarks here in a moment. But let's scroll on down here with the report. This report claims that 22 Islamic terrorist groups, reportedly headquartered in Nigeria, are using violence and genocidal means to obliterate or wipe out Nigeria's indigenous ethnic groups and their identities, especially the 3,400-year-old LGBO cultural heritage put in place since 1450 BC. The report also estimates that 185,000 defenseless Nigerians have been killed since 2009, including 125,000 Christians and 600,000 liberal Muslims since 2009. I mean, that's just crazy. It says the group estimates that 19,000 churches were razed during that time, more than 1,100 Christian communities were sacked, and 600 Christian clerks were abducted, including 250 Catholic priests and 350 pastors. So whether you're Catholic, Protestant, they are after Christians in Nigeria. It seems like a very, very horrific thing that's happening. And then this says the researcher here believes that the Nigerian government is culpable. The government has not apprehended the perpetrators for many of these massacres. He also condemned the Nigerian government for arresting the victims of these militias who attempted to defend themselves instead of arresting members of the radical group. So not only is this happening, but if they do anything to defend themselves, the Christians in this nation, in Nigeria, are sometimes getting arrested themselves for pushing back against these murderers. And so Trump stated this, Nikki retweeted it. Nigeria came out and flat out denied that Christians are persecuted, and which was shocking to me. It seems like they've kind of continued to hold this stance that it is that this isn't happening, which is shocking beyond belief, because as you'll see here, they have plenty of stories of different villages that were all attacked at the same time. The militants launched simultaneous attacks on 15 villages back in April, leaving 56 dead, 28 injured, and displacing more than 5,000 people. Another 72 people were killed in an attack around April 18th. Other incidents include more clergy abductions, killings in states, different areas of Nigeria. More than 230 homes burned and destroyed, at least 10 churches damaged or razed, and at least 15 farms destroyed or seized, threatening food security and livelihoods for displaced Christian families. And since 2009, I believe one of the articles here states that it could be as many as 12 million, I believe it was, displaced Christians. I believe it was in one of these articles here. So you can look through these and find that. But as well as this, since 2009, this Christian to Muslim deaths was 6.5 Christian deaths to 1 Muslim death in Nigeria. And one of the things I found surprising about this Christian Today article was that they don't actually name these groups. They don't give the specific name. They just call them Islamic extremists. Or they say, let's see, they change it up in some other areas here. I mean, they say Fulani militias, but they just say members of the radical group. This IntelliNews article references the same report from Intersociety here with the 7,000 Christian deaths per day and the 7,000 Christian deaths total in the last year and that year to date, and 7,800 abductions. And they specifically say it's Boko Haram, Fulani extremists, and the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, who have been attacking these Christian and liberal Muslim communities. So even if you're a Muslim and you're a liberal Muslim, they've been killing them as well and attacking them since 2009. Here's where that report also says the violence has displaced around 12 million Christians. 12 million. And so, guys, if you're, if you have a heart for these displaced people and the threats that they've been going through, threats of violence in their country, I would strongly suggest that you consider giving to Oasis International at oasisforrefugees.org or the Douglas Family Ministries here to help give these refugees and these Christians the support they need. Hope that Donald Trump will continue to press Nigeria's government on an international stage and draw the attention that it needs to help solve this conflict. Hope they can find a resolution because it's going on almost 20 years now where Christians have just not been safe at all in Nigeria. So that's all I have today. Until next time.